Hey YouTube, and James here this morning. We're going to go over a few Wowhead articles I thought was interesting this morning. Um, get right into it. Last Boss of Midnight's first tier shows off Blizzard's new encounter design. Um, right, so Ian has talked about the add-on disarmament multiple times. Blizzard has had to design around add-ons. With raid testing strategy, we finally get to see Blizzard's new encounter design. The final boss in March of Quel'Danos shows off one of these mechanics that would likely wouldn't be done in a world with computational add-ons. A memory game. Woot. So a similar mechanic in this phase. Oops, sorry, went too far here. On heroic, instead of showing four symbols in a specific order, then he will assign those symbols to people, and then he'll do a laser beam, and the people it will rotate counterclockwise around the bus and must hit the symbols correctly in order. Failure to hit the symbols in the correct order will deal high damage to the raid, leaving a dot on the raid. But the dot wasn't working apparently. The order shown in the clip, which I'm not looking at, is triangle, moon, X, diamond. I don't know if those are the actual symbols, but those who are on beta can go obviously look. On Mythic, it's a similar mechanic, but it seems a callback from Star Augur. Instead of a laser triggering the notes, players with the same notes need to collide together and then need to trigger them in the same order as the memory pattern. Interesting. Blizzard talks about affordance, which is the term used by Blizzard to describe if there's enough time to respond. They give a little blue post here. How complex, how much affordance does the mechanic have? How severe is the punishment for failure? And is it binary or granular? Which is I guess divided. Um, you give a couple of different avoidance mechanics here. Smoldering Ire, Spiked Floor, and Loom of Fates. It's simplifying it, but doesn't account for what else is competing with your attention while the mechanic is happening. But it is still using all to help evaluate the impact the mechanic has on a fight. Um, is this mechanic fair? So that they break it down. 1.5 seconds, the new shape. 2 seconds later, shape spawns on people. 8 seconds later, he rotates the laser beam. Laser beam takes 3 additional seconds for the full rotation. Seems like a good amount of time to react there. I don't see why a raid couldn't do it, and why a guild raid leader couldn't call it out. Why they couldn't do it previously, it's easy. Someone would design a weak order with buttons that one player could click on to enter the order um, of the shapes. You could put down 4 markers around the boss in a specific order. The weak order would tell the marked players which marker to specifically stand on, in text and text speech. So if weak orders existed, this mechanic would turn this mechanic would turn this. If weak orders existed, this mechanic would turn this mechanic. Okay, y'all on Wowhead need to write better. If weak orders existed, this would turn this mechanic for everyone needing to pay attention to one person needing to pay attention to the order. Then just being told by the computer where to stand. Cool. I think that's pretty cool. I like it. All right, next is damage meters. So there is some issues with the damage meters that are now on beta. Um, I'm not going to link somebody's video again. This is someone named Zorthas. Um, Basically, the damage meter automatically clears all data when zoning out or when you DC. You better do it before you get zoned out if you want to look at a breakdown out of the abandoned vote. There's no death cap. The only way to determine if someone died is through logs. Breakdowns are very hard to read and don't give the information people are looking for. There's no percentage when viewing ability breakdowns. Pets are placed at the bottom. Abilities are broken into multiple parts. Self-damage, friendly fire damage, and enemy healing is counted as a player's damage/healing. Interrupt and dispel breakdown is counted by the spell used, not the spell that it was used on. There's no combat timer. UI is non-intuitive. So I don't have a damage meter myself. My son does, and he says I'm in like the 70, 80, 90 percentile for Beastmaster Hunters whenever I do run stuff. But again, that's like my item level is 689. So I'm not even anywhere near the 700 right now. I have no intention of doing that before midnight. I'm not going to rush into it, but I'm doing what I need to do above average. And in my opinion, average is 50% half. 50th percentile, you are 100% average. I'm in the 70 to 80 mark, sometimes the 90, depending on what we're doing. So I'm good. I don't need to worry about it. They do fix the damage meters a little bit for people who use them. I'm not really worried about it. Great. Legion, for those Legion Remix people, and Legion in Phase 4. With the release of Arcturus and Legion Remix Phase 4, players will be able to earn this Fell Scorn Scythe of the Unmaker. What a tongue twister. A 1- and 2-handed Tal Shaft, and the reprised red and blue Scythe of the Unmaker with staff variants. Okay. Okay. So, killing all bosses in this on Mythic will give you this. Mythic Arcturus of the Burning Throne and Taurus will award you with the Fel-infused appearance of the iconic Scythe of the Unmaker, which is the Fel Scorn, the green one, which is the coolest looking one. Reprised red and blue Scythes of the Unmaker. One of the extremely rare drops from the Argus encounter in Legion's Arcturus Raid Phase 4 and Remix allows players to get their hands on the Scythe of the Unmaker. In Legion Remix, you can also obtain the staff appearances for both blue and red variants. They require... Okay. So when you defeat him, when defeating Argus, he'll drop Cosmic Soul Slivers. Players need 20 of them and 30k bronze. Purchasing this transmog from Pythagoras. The Cosmic Slivers also have increased drop rate based on raid level. 1 per kill in normal, 4 heroic, and 10 per kill in mythic. Cool. So if you want these, get it. Another rare drop from the Agramar encounter in Legion's Antorius raid adds Taishala block. Cosmetic appearance obtained in both 1 and 2 variants. When defeating Angramar, he'll drop Everflame of Hatred. You need 20 of them, along with 30k bronze. And of course, it's 1 per kill on normal, 4 per kill on heroic, and 10 per kill on mythic. Get this nasty looking sword. Great. I'm a crazy cat lady. So, for some reason, they decided to bring this up. I'm a crazy cat lady. You get the title Crazy Cat Lady or Crazy Cat Man, and then your name. So, how do you become one? I completely forgot about this. I remember I was working on this a long time ago, and then I just like gave up. I have like 6 of the cats on retail. It says it requires you to obtain 15. That's not true. On retail, you need 20. Okay. Here's all the cats you can get. There's 26 available on retail. You only need 20. Tradable cats, you can buy 5 of them from Donnie, Athania, and Lil Timmy. These cats can be traded, so you can just purchase them from the auction house. There's the tradable cats. Aspiring cat ladies can collect 11 out of the 15 cats from the auction house or vendors with very little trouble or pain involved. Now, though, it's time to pick your final hour. You can actually find 5 cats for this achievement via Pet Battles and Mr. Pandaria Classic, making this the easiest and most consistent route to completing the achievement. If you are interested in that, which I'm not, these cats are bought. You need to hunt them down. Cannot be bought. You need to hunt them down in the wild and best them in combat. If you're not familiar with Pet Battle System, you can find our guides here. I hate pet battles. Mr. Bigglesworth is also available at Mr. Pandaria Classic. That's a bummer. Apparently, it's maybe a Mr. Pandaria Classic thing. It doesn't matter. All right, collects bronze motes on Argus using the Lost Light Forge generator. As again, Legion Remix Phase 4. There was no bronze mote around, but there's a brand new way to collect these small orbs, finding and interacting with the Lost Light Forge generator, which is this. Will allow your character to temporarily transform into a worm tongue, gaining a stacking movement speed buff that increases as you collect the no longer invisible motes. Currently, you gotta use that thing to get the motes. Most enemies will ignore you when you have the time warp to worm tongue thing. I don't care about bronze mote collection, so if you do, um, collect 50, so infinite research clear the skies isn't as easy to complete. I'm not I'm not interested in that. I personally don't care. Alright, how to get the range of Thundering August Cloud Serpent Mystic Binary Classic. I don't play Classic. I think it's bullshit that they don't I hope this is in there. The August Celestials are the defenders of the Panari temples, keeping the Shah infestation at bay. You will aid in their fight against the Shah. I think this is in the game. I have not looked. I'm exalted with most people. So you got to earn rep with them. I have exalted. Visit the Temple of White Tiger within Gunlai Summit Zone and complete the 3 trials. The Veil Gates are open to you to begin completing quests to earn the reputation. Alright, so the range of the Thundering August Cloud Serpent is 10,000 from either Sage Whiteheart or Sage Lotus Blossom. If you take a little bit of time, as most of the quests are daily quests, meaning they must be completed once per day to continue earning the reputation needed to reach Exalted. Here's a rundown of the way to gain reputation with August Celestial's faction currently in Mr. Pandaria Classic. I'm not going to go through all this, but I will leave these up a little bit. Okay. Additional reputation. Grand commendations are bind on account items that increase your reputation gained by 100% when used. And of course, the Hosen Peace Pipe, which we all know and love. It is a chance to drop from Scritch, awards 1,000 reputation. The Anglers, Celestials, Golden Lotus, Claxi, Lorewalkers, Order of Cloud Serpent, Shadowpan, and the Tillers. 7-day cooldown's kind of dumb on the Hosen Peace Pipe, and gets destroyed if you use. On retail, the Hosen Peace Pipe is like 2,500 gold. That's it. Personally, I think they're all dumb. I think that's ugly. I really do. Alright, new pet exclusively available through the Blizzard Gear store purchase. Little Ashley. From now until December 8th, World players can earn Little Ashley in-game by purchasing from the Little Ashley collection on the Blizzard store. What? Some things that are included in the Little Ashley collection are Ashbringer replica, Eternal Judgment replica armor, and the Horde Alliance varsity jackets. Okay. So cool. If you order this $180 jacket, you get a little Ashley. Kind of dumb. All right, heading over to the forums this morning. Since I'm a forum guy, there has been the complaining about add-ons has significantly died down. Blizzard overestimates how much gold the average player has. I think that is not true. Because Blizzard has every account information and all of them are stored. Blizzard can easily go in and look and see how much each player has. Each character even. This person just dropped, I'll post some numbers this week, just dropped 2.2 million on tokens for the expansion, so going to work on getting that back. I don't think this guy is literally saying he just dropped $2.2 million on tokens. I really don't. I don't think so. The economy on Cenarian Circle is all right. I don't see why anyone would need to buy tokens. Okay. This person named Pity said, I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that Blizzard honestly knows exactly how much gold players have. I think that they do. I think that Blizzard knows how much we have, and that's why the transmog prices are what they are, even though I don't like them. Again, I came back 2.5 months ago, and we got 2.5 mil. No, we were almost up to 3. Almost up to 3. So it's just kind of like one of those things that I don't like it, but Blizzard I think needs to fix it, and they need to fix the transmog real quick. Other than that, there hasn't been a lot of complaining going on. The game is awesome, and these are the things I like about it. The forums represent the loudest part of the population, and it happens that humans are more likely to speak up when they're upset about something, which is 100% true. Okay? All y'all complaining and shit, understand that you are not the majority of people. Most people who are satisfied with something, they don't comment. If I were to buy a gaming mouse or a headset or a computer off of Dell, HP, Amazon, Razer product, Logitech product, Mad Catz product, if I were to buy a product and it gets here and it works exactly the way I want, it is amazing in the hand or the head, feels good, which this sucks by the way. I'll never make a post or anything on anywhere saying this product was amazing. What I will do is if I get a Mad Catz product, nice mouse, and it comes in and it's broken, obviously I'm going to go on Amazon, say it was broke. I'm going to contact the seller, whoever it was, or Mad Catz, for example, or Logitech. Or I had 2 Razer mice break in 8 months, 2 Razer mice. It's a very stupid bummer when that happens. But most people want to post on negativity to get their voices heard. Why? Because people don't want other people to make the same damn mistake and buy whatever it is that's breaking. An example I have is that every single time I buy anything, there's always some stupid little tiny flaw with whatever it is, and it bugs the hell out of me. Okay? I'll give you an example. Ready? Do you hear that? That is a squeaky noise. This chair was $500. Coolest chair, most comfortable, but it squeaks all the time. I don't like that. Okay? I don't know if that's happening to other people. This headset, while it may work great for everybody, hold on, I forgot. It turns off in the middle of me doing a video using the microphone. It just turns off. It's the stupidest frickin' headset ever. And what do? I make a post on YouTube, a video, and I tell you guys, don't get the Turtle Beach PS5 headset because it does that. Now I like that it's wireless. I like that I can take this part off. It comes off, and I can just take the little battery out that's like this big and replace it. Here's the part. This thing is a battery. Just take it out, put it in, take the old one and put it in, and it charges. I think that's cool, but the fact is that the headset sucks. It turns off too many times. Or I'd be sitting here talking and it has plenty of juice in it, and all of a sudden the mic stops working and I have to lift up and lift down again. And so just understand that complaints does not equal that the majority is having this problem. Okay? That's you having a problem. That's a minority group having a problem because only the minority of people with problems post. Unless there's a plethora of issues out there of a certain product or service, like if the internet goes down for the whole world for a day, the whole entire world is going to be upset. So everybody's going to be talking about it and saying it. But if 10 people buy this phone and only one person has the problem, 9 people probably won't post this is a great phone, and the one person who has the problem will be the one posting the phone sucks, it's terrible, it's a waste of money. Buy this other phone. Um, Car manufacturers are the same way. I absolutely hate Jeep. I hate Dodge. They're unreliable. They're pieces of shit. Their inside breaks. I had a brand new Jeep Wrangler that leaned to one side like this after I had a lift kit put on by Jeep themselves. They put some pucks under it to make it straight, which didn't really make it straight. I got rid of it. I got a Jeep Gladiator between 60 and 65 miles an hour on my Jeep Gladiator diesel. It started making a really bad noise, the engine itself. And then when I was going over speed bumps at 5 miles an hour or less, the damn thing would bottom out. It would hit the bump stops. Okay, bump stops are on the front. That and it would literally hit the bump stops because the diesel engine weighed more a little bit than a regular gas engine. What did Jeep do? They said, here's a fix, everybody, but only for the Rubicon trim. Only for the Rubicon trim. I didn't have the Rubicon trim, so I was screwed. The Apple CarPlay would disconnect a lot, even with it plugged in. It just sounded wrong. The engine in the Wrangler sounded wrong. I'll never get a Jeep product again. I now have a Ford Bronco two-door. Been amazing, no problems. I have a new Ranger Raptor, no problems. Best 2 vehicles I've just about ever owned, hands down. And a lot of people will say, well, those are junk because I've had nothing but problems. That doesn't mean that those people with the problems are unjustified in their thought process. Just like I'm not unjustified in having a problem about Jeep, but it doesn't mean that that is the majority of people's, having that issue. That was my point. There's my rant of the day. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. I always need more people. I'm gonna start making another video here in a little bit about in-game World of Warcraft. So stay tuned for that, and I'll post that in about an hour or so. And then hopefully I'm going to be able to stream today. I have not been able to. Understand that this is the last day of news until I work, so I won't be back until looking at my calendar here. 27th of the afternoon time, around that time, and I will see you guys then. But yeah, come back for my other video, and if I am streaming today or tonight, come in and say hi, and we'll go from there. Thank you.